I'm a woman in science.
I am a woman in science.
A woman in science.
I am a woman in science.
I am a woman in science.
I'm a woman in science.
At the Cleveland Museum of Natural History, women have always been a driving force. Through groundbreaking discoveries in the lab and in the field, and through award-winning science education, they have strengthened our understanding of the natural world around us. The common thread among these inspirational women is a passion for science.
Science is this wonderful opportunity to blend mystery and questions with this really powerful problem-solving technique.
I'm just so grateful every day that we have science because it's just important to life and it's how we understand life and everything in it.
Science is a way of understanding the world around you, and I like it because it uses both the logical sides of my brain and the creative side of my brain.
Many discovered this passion at a young age. It may have started as a hobby, a love of nature, or a favorite subject in school. As time went on, science became the career they wanted to pursue.
Why did I choose a career in science? Who wouldn't? It is ridiculously fun figuring out why things work and why they're important, and then translating that information for kids.
What could be better than getting paid to study a topic that interests you so much? Getting to be a kid every day and do field work and ask questions and find answers to try and preserve our planet.
I was always really interested in people and what they did and why they did it. I realized that if I really wanted to answer these questions, I had to kind of stay in that vein of science. And I just followed where the questions took me.
At one point, it just became that, I can't imagine doing anything else other than this. So I can't really say that I chose science. Maybe it's more accurate to say that it chose me.
Pursuing science is not always an easy path for young women. Girls can often feel discouraged or even shut out from exploring their scientific curiosity. Having positive role models and a strong support structure can help overcome these hurdles.
Growing up, I was often taken to museums, to zoos, so my parents and my family encouraged my interest.
I do have two role models. One is Eugenie Clark, who was known as the Shark Lady, one of the first women in ichthyology, and the other is Janet Guthrie, who was the first woman driver in the Indianapolis 500. And to me that was so cool that there were women out there doing that kind of stuff.
Scientists like Jane Goodall and Diane Fossey. I remember reading National Geographic and just thinking how amazing it must be to live in the jungles of Africa and study chimpanzees and gorillas, and that's what I wanted to do.
Growing up, I actually idolized Jack Horner and Bob Bacher and a lot of the male paleontologists. Nowadays, there's hundreds of female paleontologists to choose from that you can actually look up to as a young woman in science.
A career in science has led to exciting, once-in-a-lifetime opportunities and the ability to do the work they love every single day. They have discovered new species of dung beetle, written books about the farthest reaches of the known universe, mapped the environment of the famous Lucy specimen, used technology to teach science to classrooms around the world, explored the jungles of Vietnam, protected rare and endangered plant species in Ohio, and more.
The most fun by far is field work. So getting to dig up dinosaurs or some of the amazing fossil fish that we have right here in Cleveland.
The most interesting and challenging thing I've done in science was actually excavate a dinosaur nest in Montana.
Fieldwork is fun. It is also challenging. To me, that first preliminary analysis is what gets me the most excited.
Every day, women in scientific fields encounter obstacles, skepticism, and challenges that their male colleagues do not face.
Staff members, they were told that, an American scientist is coming. And so when they came to greet me, they were all pretty surprised because they were expecting a man. And a few of them actually did say that to me, I thought you would be a man, but you're not.
I grew up in Australia, and it was never really pointed out to me that women don't go into science, or as much as it's a focus here.
The field of botany in general was one of the only ones that was accepted in Victorian-esque times. Like, women were the ones that were really the leaders in botany. So if you go back into the museum's herbarium and look at some of our earliest collectors, they were females.
Be aware that there are biases out there, whether it's women, minorities, people who just don't fit someone else's preconceived notion of what a scientist is. Ignore them as much as you can. The best thing you can do is to focus on the science.
The excitement these women have for their discoveries is matched only by their enthusiasm for seeing the next generation explore new frontiers in science.
I would encourage girls to keep trying, even if they think they're not good at it. That's not what it's about. If you love it, if you're interested, if you're curious, try it. Keep trying. It's not about being perfect.
Science is cool, it's fun, it's interesting, and if that's what you like, then you have to follow it.
Hopefully by the time young girls today reach that level in their career, those limitations will no longer be there, those glass ceilings, and we won't even have to have this conversation.
It's something where it can be part of an absolutely fantastic life. And if you're interested in answering questions, if you just keep finding yourself pulled back again, go for it.
I'm a woman in science.
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 A woman in science.